Hey guys, Teacher Plays now back with a brand new series. Today we are going to be talking Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm splitting this video up into 5 sections to discuss major things with the game. Number 1, is Star Wars Battlefront 2 good? Secondly, could the game be better? Then to talk about the loot crates. After that, we will talk about what EA is doing right, and finally, my thoughts of the game. Most of the video will be unscripted but follow a guide. Hope you enjoy, and if you want to see more Star Wars Battlefront 2, make sure you hit the like button. Is Star Wars Battlefront 2 good? Well, yes! I'm in love with it. Not just because I love Star Wars games, but because it's beautiful. Like, the graphics are just, they're amazing. I can't describe how amazing it looks. You guys can sort of see it on the screen. I am really surprised that it runs smoothly on my computer and yet looks so amazing. Every match feels different. There's not one point where I feel that I'm playing the same thing over again, even though I have to play once as clones and once as the droids, or once as one of the factions and then once against the other faction. It's always different. I'd say the biggest part is the enemies can just be really good, they can be bad. The time of day can be different, meaning that you can hardly see anything or you can see everything. I would say that it is so different, but at the same time so similar. It's perfect. It's a beautiful balance. The campaign story. It's super, super interesting. I love everything about the campaign. So far, I've gotten at least halfway through the campaign, and there's not a point where I've been like, ugh, this is just dragging on. I've had a point where I couldn't finish something because I had to retry it 2 or 3 times, but I enjoyed every single time because it's like problem solving, where you have to get around a big group of stormtroopers, and you want to either do it sneaking past them, or you maybe want to just kill them all. It's really an amazing kind of story, and I'm in love with it. Then, just the details that make this game feel like you are in it. They're beautiful. Going back to the graphics, it's outstanding. I'm really, really happy with what it looks like, and how well it runs, still. Could the game be better? Well, yes. Any game could be better, really. And I think EA knows this as well. We all know that the game could be better. I think that some of the biggest problems I have with the game are the loading times. For me, for some reason, it's just crazy. Sometimes I won't get into the next game until it's about 4 or 5 minutes in, and it's sort of upsetting sometimes because I like being there during the first phase, and on some maps I can't be there for that first phase. I would say the next thing is, why can't we chat while waiting for our next game? There's a minute period of time after the game is over that we're just sitting there not really doing anything, and I would love to be able to talk to the other people playing the game. Again, the loading times. Come on, why are they so crazy? And the next and last problem I have with the game is we can't choose what the next map is going to be. Like, if we just played Kashyyyk, it's going to be the next map in order. It's always the same order, I've found. Pretty sure, at least. And I would really like it if we could be able to choose the next map out of, like, maybe 3 of them, instead of it just always being the same exact maps. It would make it more fun, more interesting for the players, because maybe we haven't played on one map that much, and we've played on another a whole bunch because of the way the system works and the time of day that we play. Maybe just all of these things have... Picking the next map would be a great thing, is really the last thing. Loading times, ugh, please, loading times, make them just a little better. I think the best thing with the loading time that they could do is make it so I start loading in as the last game ends, rather than start loading in a minute after the game ends, when everybody else also starts loading in, but they load in 10 times faster. Make it so the next game doesn't start until everyone's loaded in, maybe? Although that would take, a lot longer to load in. But that's my problems with the game. So, move on to the next section.
That this does not recur.
Alright, let's talk loot crates. I'm not against the loot crate system, and I know that there are a whole bunch of people that are like, ew, loot crates, they're so bad, they're just a waste of everything that this game could have been. It's like, they think it makes the game pay to win, but in all honesty, they're a nice system to have. I do not mind loot crates, because you can still get them from just playing the game, and if you are good, you don't have to pay to win. And really, it's just a pay to get a better percent to win if you are going to pay. But really, you don't need to pay. They're pretty nice. I would say the only problem I have with loot crates is you have to get a loot crate for a certain class, or you have to get special cards to level your soldier up, or whatever class you're playing. So if you're playing Assault, you have to get Assault cards to make that Assault person level up, rather than, say, just leveling up and earning special things as you kill people and make the achievements pass on. I think that there should be a little less of leveling up through loot crates, but more leveling up by playing, and loot crates are an additional, like, cool, like, extra prizes that you can get. I really am not against it, though. I like the loot crates as a nice system to be there. I think that just need to make a little bit of a tweak to that system, so that way it's more built around not giving people 100% amazingness if they buy loot crates. But really, they're not terrible. That's all I have to say about loot crates, though.
Those droids are following someone. Can't ID.
Alright, so what is EA doing right for Star Wars Battlefront 2? Well, for a start, they are talking to the community. They are taking community feedback, and they are making it what we want. We are getting a game based on what we want, rather than it just be a game that they made and they're done with. That's not how Battlefront 2 is working. They had originally finished the game, but they are not finished working on it. I'm really, really excited for this. I've seen they had to ship it, and it has a whole bunch of different things because they haven't had testing, and people are upset that they have some systems and whatnot, but they are changing those to make the game better. They are going to be changing them. They have already changed some of the systems, and I think that they are doing something really smart with this game that I'm really glad that they're doing too. I'm really surprised with how they're doing that. The next thing is the classes in the game, like Assault, the Specialist, the Heavy, and all of the other classes. The other class, there's not any more than just the 4. Plus then the special backup infantry, like the Flamethrower if you're playing the New Order, or just any of those. I love the way that they're doing it. They're making it so that way you can change your gun for that class, but you can't change it to whatever kind of gun, so you have to stick with, like, that class's types of guns. And it's really, really cool. I like the way that they're doing it. It's like no other shooter that I've played. It really. And I think that it's probably a really, really great system that they have going. I hope that they keep making it just a little bit more fine-tuned with the types of damages to make them just perfect. But the last thing to talk about is the campaign. The EA has done an amazing job on the campaign so far. I'm not quite sure what the name of the branch off of EA that is doing, or that has done or is doing the campaign, but it's amazing. I love the way that they did it. It's beautiful, and it's 100% canon, which I feel it's beautiful. It's made for all of the Star Wars fans that love Star Wars. It's a story that takes place during the part of time that we don't know anything about, and that makes it perfect.
Got your back. Ship's not responding.
So what are my final thoughts on the game? what else do I have to say? Well, buying heroes to play with battle points is sort of a long-winded process. First you have to buy them with credits, and you have to then play in-game to get battle points to buy them, and I'm not a huge fan of the way that system works. I think that we should either have them for even cheaper than they are now. I know they've already been changed to a different price, and I feel maybe we buy them for Heroes vs. Villains mode, but I don't know, I don't think we should have to pay as much at all for them. But at the same time, it's sort of a cool thing. I guess you pay for it if you know that you're good at the game. Then, cross-era heroes. I'm really not for cross-era heroes. It bothers me, really. I think that they need to add a lot more heroes to play for each different era, and add it in a new DLC coming soon. Maybe like a couple of our favorite Clone Wars heroes, such as Obi-Wan, Anakin, General Grievous, Count Dooku, and then if they need more, I don't know. I don't think that they need more for Clone. I think during the Empire and whatnot era, the original series era, they might need to come up with some more of the deeper type heroes. There's not a whole bunch during that section of time. And then I think they need just a couple more for the new saga. I don't know the actual, I feel like that is the actual name. But just a couple more heroes for each saga to make them not cross-era, I think would be a really good idea. And lastly, is the sector clear? I don't know. I guess we'll never know. But that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy again. And once again, if you want to know anything Star Wars related, tell me down in the comments, hit the like button, and I will definitely be covering some new things Star Wars related. I might try and record the campaign, although it's probably the laggiest part of the game. It's really hard to do much with recording it. I have to change my settings to low, but it still looks nice, so I play it. I get 30 to 60 FPS on low, and, you know, there's still the beautiful graphics, but I'm not gonna do campaign as much. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I'm not sure. It depends. Then also, I'll probably be streaming Star Wars Battlefront 2 quite a bit, and we might just have random uploads of cool gameplay that I have. So I do hope you guys had an amazing time watching, and tell me down below what you want to see next. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next, but we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
The Star Destroyer's reactor is on the brink of failure. Now is the time. Crush the rebels. The rebel numbers grow thin. Use this moment. Annihilate them completely.
Looks like the last job I'll be taking for a while.
We were supposed to keep that safe.
The rebels will think twice before daring to attack these yards again.